A warm welcome to all my lovely students in your social science class. Today we are going to start a new chapter in geography, that is chapter number 5, composition and structure of the atmosphere. And this will be my video number 1. Now if we have to start this chapter, I would like to go a little back. Back means in class 6. What all we started in class 6? In class 6, we have already studied about lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. And I remember I told you that where all these three meet together, they form biosphere. You all remember this, right? Then we came in class 7. In class 7, in chapter number 2, we studied about inside the earth, where we understood the interior of the earth. Basically, we studied about lithosphere. Then we studied about the changing earth, where we discussed about endogenic and exogenic forces. Remember these two chapters? In chapter number 2, we basically studied about the layers of the earth, crust, mantle and core. Then in chapter number 3, we discussed about different types of forces and what changes does it cause on the earth surface. So this was also associated with lithosphere. So in class 6, whatever we studied, that was a part of lithosphere. In class 7, in 2 chapters, what all we studied, that was a part of lithosphere. Now we'll move to the next sphere, the next part, that is called atmosphere. So let's just have a look on the contents of this chapter. What are we basically going to study on about this chapter? By the introduction, you all have understood that we are going to study about atmosphere. Now under atmosphere, what all we will be studying, let us just have a look on that. Introduction, we'll study about what is atmosphere. Then we will be moving towards some important facts regarding atmosphere. After that, we will be studying about composition of atmosphere, in which we will be discussing about main features of the composition of atmosphere. After that, we will be moving towards structure of atmosphere, where we will be studying about the 5 concentric layers, which are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. After studying the structure of the atmosphere, we will have a discussion on the significance of atmosphere. Clear? So let us just start our chapter. Now, what is atmosphere? What do we understand by atmosphere? We all know the envelope of air which surrounds the earth. It is called an atmosphere. So the blanket of air surrounding the earth is known as atmosphere. Without air, earth would have been a lifeless planet. We all know that if there was no air, the earth would have been a lifeless planet. Why? Because it not only supplies water and air to us, but also protects us from the harmful rays of the sun. So what did we understood? I just now told you a definition regarding atmosphere. I just now explained you what is atmosphere. So what did we understand in that? There are 2 basic points that we understood in atmosphere. Which are those? First, it is useful for the survival of the human beings. Atmosphere is very useful for the survival of human beings. Secondly, it protects us from harmful effect of the sun rays. Okay, these 2 things we have to keep in mind. That first is, it is useful for the survival of the human beings. Secondly, it protects us from harmful effect of the sun rays. Now, without this blanket of protection, we would be baked alive by the sun during day and get frozen during night. I hope you understood by what I mean when I say baked alive by the sun. Do you? See, that is, if ozone layer was not there, then direct sun rays would cause harm to us. Now I will tell you what I mean by that we could have frozen during night. You know what happened? Atmosphere, it does not let the sun rays go back. During the day, when the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some rays are trapped inside the atmosphere by the greenhouse gases, which warms the Earth at night. That is why we have a moderate temperature. It warms the Earth at night, otherwise we would have frozen in the night. Alright? Understood till here? Now we'll have a look on some important facts of atmosphere. Now, what are the important things that we should know? First is atmosphere. It is a relatively thin layer. And the exact thickness is not known because there is no boundary between the atmosphere and the outer space. You will study about this when I will be telling you different layers of the Earth, that how one layer is there, above that another layer of atmosphere is there. So there is no fixed boundary between these layers and the outer space. Then the atmosphere is held to the Earth due to the gravitational pull. And one more thing to remember regarding atmosphere is that the air that is denser near the Earth's surface, and it gets thinner as we go upwards. As we move vertically upwards from the Earth, the atmosphere becomes thinner, the temperature reduces and the air pressure decreases. Clear? So this was a general introduction of the atmosphere. In my next video, we will be studying about composition of atmosphere. I hope you all have understood till atmosphere. Now, based on today's video, I will give you one assignment which you have to do it in your copy. This we have already done, that air is denser near the Earth's surface and gets thinner as one goes upwards. Now, the assignment is question number 1. What is atmosphere? You have to write down the definition of atmosphere. Question number 2. Why is the atmosphere important for the survival of human beings? I told you when I started this chapter that what does atmosphere provides that it becomes important for the survival of human beings. So that things you have to write here. Question number 3. What happens when we move vertically upwards from the Earth? This also I have just cleared, that as we move vertically upwards from the Earth, what all happens? What all happens? First of all, the atmosphere becomes thinner. Temperature reduces. Air pressure also decreases. So these all questions, I hope you all are clear with these 3 questions and you will be able to write it in your copy. This was all for the day. We will be meeting again where we will be only discussing about the composition of atmosphere. We'll go one topic we'll cover in one video so that you all don't get confused. Alright? Okay students, bye bye. Take care.